back to the channel and a new video. We're back in the Old Faithful on our way down to Copart to pick up that little Volkswagen Polo that we won in that last video. We're all booked, our appointment's booked for 1 o'clock and we got to go and pick that up. Guys, it's no secret about the news last night. Obviously we are going into another lockdown Thursday, so I mean me and Chris will continue to try to put out as much content for you guys stuck at home. I know it is, everyone needs to stay at home now, so we will continue to put out as much as we can, but if we can't, obviously I know you guys will appreciate it. So I'm not going to go on too much. Let's get down there, get that loaded, get it back to the yard and have a real good look around it and see what it is that we're going to need to do to it. So I thought I'd add this bit in because people do always ask how it works and things like that with the transportation. I don't know about delivery charges. Quite a lot of people did ask. To your area, I wouldn't know. You'd have to go on the website, but we now book it online, the collection, put all my truck details in there, and it's come up with appointments. We've accepted the appointment, and now we pull up to Copart. As soon as we get through this gate here, Chris, try and show it. I want to show as much as I can.
Yep.
You'll see there's a little, I was going to say there's a little box here, but it's gone. There's normally a guy here in a box and he scans you in, but I take it everything's got to be done on the phone now. So we're going to move over to the phone and actually let them know that we're here. And then they come back with a text message on your phone or an alert notification and let you know that your car's on its way out. And it really does cut it in half, because I have waited down here before for in excess of 3 or 4 hours. So, oh, we have got a guy here. So guys, because of what's going on, they have actually got quite a lot of new rules in place down here now. And unfortunately, Chris is out there sitting up by the gate because it's 1 person per vehicle. They're only allowed 27 people out in this particular part of the car park at one time. So what he said is basically you get 5 trucks in here with 2 people in them, that's 10 people straight away. So poor Chris has had to sit up there by the gate and I'm just waiting for the car to come out, which is a little bit of a fail really, because I would have liked him to capture it being loaded and strapped on. So I'll cut back in as soon as I can. Hopefully we won't be waiting too long. unfortunately, we got a bit stuck there today, and it did all take a little bit longer than we expected, but we've got back to base. I said to Chris, what should we do? He went, Rob, let's just get it in, tear apart the damage, and then write out that list of parts that we're going to need. So I thought we'd do a quick walk around before me and Chris tear into it and start taking it apart. As you can see from this side, it honestly is a lovely car. I've just had a quick look round it. It's got all matching Dunlop tyres. It's a very, very nice model. It's got aircon, CD player, USB. It's got all the bits and pieces on it and really does look a nice car. I will just peek inside. As you can see just by looking in there, it has been very, very well looked after. It's in a beautiful condition. And right down this side, it's all very, very nice. It doesn't have a mark on it. So moving on to the front end, this is very minimal damage. The front bumper there is going to pop out, no problem. And as you can see, it has bent these headlight brackets off of the front panel. The front panel doesn't look like it's got any damage on it, but we're not going to know until we strip that bumper off. We've got a bit of damage on the front grille there, and we'll have to get a new one. Again, this side, headlight bracket is bent up and it's done the headlight. It is very bitty. It does want loads of little bits and pieces, but I'm sure it's all going to work out fine. The front wing that side, Chris said, yeah, we could repair that, Rob, but you know, it's half a day bogging it up with filler and trying to get it right. So we'll probably go down the route of getting, we will go down the route of getting a new wing for it. So moving on to the worst damage is this rear quarter panel. And we don't know until we strip a bit more off whether we're going to have to put this on the jig or not. Either way, it's not going to matter to us, and Chris said earlier there's a good chance we are going to have to. So there is the car that we have purchased. Let's move on, start tearing it apart and seeing exactly what we do need. There, we made very, very light work of that. The Volkswagens are so well built. There was probably in excess of 30 star drives within the wheel arches and the front bumper, but they was all exactly the same size. It was so easy to just get it apart. We have found, well, I ain't gonna say we found other damage, we haven't. We didn't expect it to be quite as bad as what it was, in the sense of it's going to need a couple of extra little parts like the fiberglass surround front panel. Essentially we're going to need to get one of those because it was cracked, but as you can see it missed all of the radiators. It's still holding its water, and we had it running for about 20 minutes when I unloaded it. The flitch on the end of the wing, I am on my own here, Chris is just sweeping up so I'll have to hold it. You can see that there, I can't point it out, but it is bent up. Chris, would you mind pointing that out?
Yeah, I'll hold that for you.
We're just bent up slightly here and it has just moved that wing over, but we'll straighten that out and pull that back across. That's not going to be a problem. The bonnet, again, we've got a little bit here and we've got a dent here. This bonnet is repairable and we won't be replacing it with a new one. I'm just going to move round to the back. You can see this is almost like a box section here. It's dead square. And then when you move around this side, this is where it has took the impact and bent it round, but we'll get that straightened out and then give the quarter panel a bit of a pull as well, and then we'll be cutting that out and putting a new one on. Chris is shining the torch there so you can get a bit more of a view. But it is nice, once you strip it down, you know what you need and what sort of damage there is. What I will say is, sorry Chris, that's shining right in there. That's all right. What I will say is the parking sensor that was missing out the bumper, I said to Chris, I bet it's in there somewhere, and he found it hanging down inside the bumper. So we had a bit of luck. But you haven't found anything structurally damaged in there too bad, Chris, apart from the quarter, have we?
Yeah, if you have a look under there, go up from underneath, you can see in here's a little bit.
Yeah, in there's a little bit bent up, but the chassis rail itself hasn't been touched. So not a nice job to do a quarter panel. We've done the one on the Fiat 500, they are a lot of work, but this is such a lovely car, and I know it's going to make a really nice car. The front wing that was quite badly damaged, it was pushed in here and it had a little bit of a flick on the top of it. But once we removed it, as you can see, the inner wing hasn't got a mark on it there. The bracket is slightly bent over, and again, the end of the flitch is bent up. But that's probably took us all but about an hour. And what I am going to say, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. If you haven't got one of these Sealy battery ratchets, you don't know what you're missing out on, because we just stripped the whole car with that. I'm going to stick a link for that in the description, because people do always ask. So I know that you all do appreciate a good bit of content, but today it didn't exactly go to plan, and nothing does go to plan. Like we always say, we don't really make a plan. We get here in the morning, we have a coffee, we have a chat, and we decide what we're going to do. We already know what we're going to do. We knew what we was going to do this morning, because obviously we won that car the other day. So I booked the slot to pick that car up, and when that guy, I cut it earlier, when he came over, he said, have you booked in? And I went on the app, and as fast as I opened it up, it said delete, and I actually clicked delete and deleted our appointment. So I had to go straight back on there, rebook the appointment, and there was a couple of people that turned up, and they had 3 cars to collect, but only had 1 transporter. They thought it was like the old times where, anyway, I'm waffling on. We didn't get out of there till about 1:30. So it's now 4:30. We do like to put this video out about 5 or 5:30, and hopefully it is. But we've just done as much as we can in that time. We really wanted a nice assessment, because Chris will start looking for bits, I'll start looking for bits, we'll start trying to get all of the little parts. We're happy with the car, and it really is. I can't stress how nice it is. It is a diesel as well, a little 1600 diesel, so reasonably cheap for everything. I'm not going to keep waffling on about it any longer, because we do need to get this video out there. We've made the list, we're going to get the parts. I'll put the link for the ratchet in the description. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, where we put out little sneak peeks, where it lets you know what we're up to and what to expect. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very, very soon. Before I forget, I said earlier about the lockdown. Obviously, guys, we're going to try our hardest to keep putting the videos out there for you. But if for any reason we don't put a video out, please don't forget there is a back catalogue there of over 240 videos now, and so many of you really did enjoy those. So hopefully there is some stuff there to keep you entertained if we can't put anything out. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.